Hi, my name is Renee and welcome to Pawsitive Solutions, where we find positive solutions to your dog's most common behavioural issues. Join me at the Doghouse, where I speak with Julia from Southern Cross Animal Stars about excessive dog barking and what to do about it. All right, let's go. Here we are at the Doghouse Cafe in Collingwood, and I'm here with the owner, Manny. Manny, thanks for joining us.
No worries.
Manny, tell us, where am I standing? What is this place?
So this is Doghouse Australia. It's a dedicated dog cafe. So we do all kinds of foods for the pups, from raw to cooked.
Okay, so this is what we have here?
Yep, so we do like raw mince, we got smoked loaves, trotters, ears, and then we got little biscuits and petit paws for the pups.
Oh, and I feel like I just want to have a bite of one of these right now.
Oh, well, you could.
I could?
Yeah, everything we do here is all human grade.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can eat it.
Okay, so if the children get onto it, it doesn't matter.
No,
Nothing to worry about.
No, nothing to worry about. So all
Okay,
good.
wonderful. And I can see we've got some like little birthday cakes here as well. You do cakes?
Yeah, we do birthday cakes. We do birthday parties
Okay.
here. We can do little party bags for the pups as well, like
Oh, wow.
a doggy bag.
Doggy bag.
Yes.
Sounds wonderful. And I see you've got a little dedicated part out the back there where you can actually take your dogs.
We've got dedicated booths.
Yep.
Just for the dogs for when they're eating, so we don't have any troubles. 'Cause
Great
We have
idea.
some dog stealers, dog snatchers,
Oh.
so with
Yeah.
food.
Got to be careful with those ones.
Oh, yes, you do.
And so you have food for the dogs and food for the humans?
Yeah, we've got a little human cafe located at the back here. We do good coffee, nice slices, and some nice rolls.
Sounds like we've got everything that we need here. Well, if we want to get in contact with you, where do we contact?
You can visit the website doghouseaustralia.com.au, or we're located at 195 Johnson Street, Collingwood.
Sounds great. See you there. Here we have Julia from Southern Cross Animal Stars. Julia, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for inviting me, Renee.
No worries, so good to have you. Julia, tell us about Southern Cross Animal Stars and what your company does.
So I've been dog training for about 15 years now, and in 2008 I decided to start my own business, Southern Cross Animal Stars. It's designed as a business for helping people with their animals, primarily dogs, and working everything from puppies right through to advanced obedience for our adult dogs. I also love taking tricks classes, and teaching sort of beyond that obedience step. For me, obedience is still tricks. Asking a dog to sit, it's a fun trick. But we find a change of demeanour when we say obedience and tricks. The smile comes back on our faces.
It's true, kind of lighten things up a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, my business motto is train your pet to be a star. So if we can incorporate tricks into our everyday pet dog at home, they're going to be that shining star at home. I also do a bit of TV work with them too. So I've got little stars happening on set, but it's essentially the majority of the dogs out there, they are the pet dog, and I want them to be the star that they can be at home with their family.
I love the way you said that, because I think a lot of us out there think our dog is the star and the star of the whole world.
They are. I've got 4 little stars at home.
They are our world.
Yes.
So the better behaved they are, the better it is for everyone, really. So tell us, in your line of work, you obviously see a multitude of different dogs and behaviours. What is the most common behavioural issues that you see?
So with our dogs, it's things like pulling on the lead, being kind of rude, not having manners when you walk in the door. Their paws are flying up on you and they're barking crazy, and they're super excited. When you are on a walk and they're pulling on a lead, it might be also pulling to be reactive to other dogs or other stimuli that's out there in a not so desirable way. It could be things like digging trenches in your backyard, and for the dog, digging, that's really fun.
Really fun.
Some people get a second dog to keep the first dog company. the more dogs I have, the bigger my holes are, because it's a fun communal activity for the dogs to do together. I'll join you. So my holes are now bigger in my yard. But it's a problem for us because we get our beautiful manicured lawns, and with our decreasing size of yards, we are very precious about our front and back yards, and with our dog digging holes in our lovely manicured lawn, it becomes a problem for us, but not necessarily for the dog. We also see fence line behaviours, so maybe another dog on the other side of the fence, where normally those dogs meeting without a fence in between would be quite fine, but you put a fence in between and the behaviours of both the dogs changes, and they're running up and down and barking and carrying on. They might be pulling washing off the line, they might be chewing the outdoor
behaviours
decking.
which the dog might be enjoying, but not necessarily the owner.
Oh, I know. Dogs love chewing wood. They'll love just lie down next to your outdoor setting and chew at the bottom of the legs on the chair or at the railing across the bottom of the table and have beautiful teeth marks.
I'm sure
left
we've
in
seen
it.
that a few times.
And it's not necessarily because the dog is stressed from that. It's just that's happened where they're lying, and then they might just exercise my jaw now and start chewing, and you'll come home and go, what have you just done? I had really fun, this is great.
You're like, oh no.
Yes, indeed.
So it looks like you've seen a lot of different behaviours and you deal with a lot of different issues on a daily basis. Excessive barking is an issue I hear about all the time. Can you explain what excessive barking is opposed to just normal barking?
Yeah, so excessive barking is where the dog might be sitting in the middle of the backyard, and you can just hear the boredom in their voice. I'm really bored.
You did that really well, by the way.
Why aren't I out with you? I'm here again. This is really boring. It's the same backyard that I'm always in. I want a new job to do. That type of barking, prolonged all day long, the dog's not in the right state of mind at all. The other type of barking, excessive barking that we see is where maybe the dog's inside, they're excited for when you come home, but they're also on surveillance for traffic going by. You might be living on a really busy street and you've got people and commotion and dog stuff going by your house all day long. And so every time the dog hears or sees something, they race to the window, and then they fly to the other room, to the next window that they can see the front yard by.
I'm sure a few people can relate to that one because I know I can.
And that can become quite a nuisance barking for probably the people within the house, not necessarily outside the house, because our walls and windows will dim the noise.
So that's more excitable barking opposed to probably before was more boredom barking, would you say? Yeah. So the excited barking, it's also trying to get those people to move on, because our dogs, the way that they think is that the behaviour made that person move on. Mr. Postie, every time I bark at Mr. Postie, he keeps on riding. Yes, I made Mr. Postie to keep on riding. I always wondered about the Postie.
There's a lot of dogs that bark at Mr. Postie, and the reason why the dog barks is because in their mind, Mr. Postie keeps on going every time they do bark.
So they're barking thinking they're actually getting results. They're doing something, they're doing a job, it's getting results, let's keep doing it.
But you see, the dog doesn't realise that if it's actually quiet and sits there nice and relaxed, Mr. Postie's going to keep on going too.
Yes.